4Gs, yeah. 4Gs, 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 let's go. 4Gs, 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 look. Full syndication, full elevation, all generations, we already made it. 4Gs, 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 yeah. 4Gs, 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 let's go. 4Gs, 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 look. Full syndication, full elevation, all generations, we already made it. We got Shot, Dot, Malcolm, Chris the King, plus the Doc. You know that's like 4Gs. Sports Mind. Real world, real problems, real news, real sports. We gon' let you know right here on 4Gs. 4Gs.
Welcome to another episode,
man,
of 4G Sports. Oh my goodness, we coming back great. I love this. I love it. I love it. Well, as always, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, so you know every time we come on. And of course, like Doc says, hit that bell. All right. Before we get started, I just want to thank the viewers and the subscribers. And also, this episode is brought to you by a whole bunch of people, so be ready. Coach Drako, once again, D and M Embroidery, GirlRillaz Clothing, Gorillaz 707, Those Crafte, and My Cosey Creations. Alright, it's telling me to say something to one of the members here. I guess I can do it. Congratulations, Doc, on the way. Alright, let's move on. The Suns beat the Lakers, but we're gonna move on. No. Let's. In all fairness, congratulations, Doc, on the win with your Suns. I'll give you 2 minutes to bask in the sun. Go ahead. All right, time up. Let's go. Oh man. Nah, go ahead, Doc. Go ahead and say what you need to say.
Hey. First off, it's always nice, but reality is they ain't been there in 10 years. It's nice to get a first round win, but honestly, I mean, what's it even worth if you don't hang a banner at the end of this? So, D-Book, get out there, keep doing what you're doing. You know, you dropped 47 on their heads to close that out, but you got to do it again and again and again and again. 47 though. I think he went for 22 in the first quarter. I know he was 6 for 6 from 3 in the first quarter. So basically, y'all held that L.
Congratulations, Doc. I can't take nothing from it. You guys, I mean, handily the last 2 games put it on us. So, congratulations, my brother.
It's exciting, man. Gotta love the playoffs.
So, let's go to the introductions. I guess they should know who we are by now, but I'm the OG.
It's been a minute, but I'm back.
Oh, look. Yes, about time.
Welcome back. You know what it is. You got the Doc. This the Suns Gorilla, and I'm here to let King know I take Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. Pay up.
Oh!
Dime, penny, I use. I write bad checks.
They got a stolen credit card they gonna pay you with, Doc. Be careful. Alright, look, gentlemen. How should we start? Should we get to the light stuff first, do Doc's trivia first, and then go straight into the topic? Or should we get into the topic now?
Let's get into the topic, man.
Alright, well, we haven't talked about this yet because I wanted it to play out for a while. But fellas, what is your thoughts on Kwame Brown ethering the whole NBA, the world, taking over the internet? Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, King. Go ahead. Let us know.
Yeah, Kwame Brown he's on a mission. Kwame Brown is tripping. Kwame Brown's being disrespectful to everybody. Everybody, anybody can get it. I don't know why people just keep on bashing this man. Let's backtrack. What defines a bust? What is a bust?
That's a great question, because how do you really define that?
I mean, 13 years in the league?
Yeah, 12 or 13 years.
12, 13 years in the league. I mean, to me, I would say Darko Milicic is more of a bust than Kwame Brown. Because he went between LeBron and Carmelo at number 2.
Yep.
Maybe 5 years at the most. You really didn't hear much from him.
Right.
But Kwame Brown, he been on a record. Is he lying? Is he lying?
From what I can tell, he spit nothing but facts about everybody he talked about.
And the crazy part about it is he name dropping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He named and you say something about that man, he's putting your name out there quick.
Yeah,
and
he's got receipts.
He got a bunch of receipts. And it's not only he has receipts. There's NBA players that's backing him up.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what you think, Doc?
I don't even understand what it started with the all the smoke or up whatever that podcast.
All the smoke podcast, yeah.
That man took a beating verbally for 13 seasons based off of where he was. Yeah, 20 years based off where he was picked, which isn't his fault. It's not his fault. You got picked number 1. You know, he had to deal with getting, coached up by Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, which both of those can't be easy to play for or with. And then he made his money and he rode off into the distance, never to mess with anybody again. We haven't heard nothing from Kwame. Kwame didn't come out of left field bashing anybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So finally, these guys want to, sully his name some more, and he had enough, man. I can't blame the man. Like, he's done with it. He ain't gonna speak on his name. And these people forget, like, Kwame and his brothers about that life. You know what I mean? Like, they better chill out. You better pump your brakes. Forget who you're talking to and about.
Right. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put it out right now. I'm gonna put hashtag Kwame Brown at the end of this episode. Kwame, if you see this, come on the show, bruh. I know you're right here in Georgia. I know you in Georgia. Come on. And we don't even have to talk about the situation. Let's just, like the king said, let's break down the word bust. Because, and I'm going to go by what he said. Like he said, 12 years in the league. He's made, let's not count his money, but over 50 million. Yeah. So how is that a bust? I don't get it. But what's really funny, and I think me and King kind of discussed this earlier, everyone keeps going back to his playing career. Okay. But if you've been in the league for 12 or 13 years, and they still willing to pay you multi-million dollars, you can't be a bust in my book, because I'll be a bust for 80 million. If that's what it takes, I'll be a bust. Right. But the funny thing is, I heard someone says, why would you mess with a man? Now I'm sorry. Why would you mess with a millionaire that cuts his own grass?
Facts.
And drives a truck? Huh?
And he got Joe. He called dude Becky with the good hair.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I hope somebody on Kwame's team has trademarked everything he said. Oh yeah. And it is coming on shirts, hats, coffee mugs. It better come on everything.
Mm-hmm. Becky with the good hair.
But you know what? Before we get off of this, let's really kind of explain. Kwame was the number 1 pick, coming straight out of high school. What? Yep. 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
And like Doc said, he went to Washington. Was Jordan a player, or was he the
he was
the GM? Okay.
He was like, that's when he like was a partial owner / player / president. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was in 2001, so it was right before he officially retired.
So we're looking at someone telling you you're sorry you can't play. That's your teammate, but also the reason why you're on the team.
Yeah, crazy. That's how messing your head as a kid, man.
Boy, and then like you said, you go from that for how long was he in Washington? A couple of years?
Oh, yeah.
About 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
And then you go from Jordan, then you come to the Lakers. Who was the coach of the Lakers? We're not talking about on the bench. We're talking about on the floor.
Yeah, Kobe.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So you get beat up by the same guy. I mean, the same personality. Right.
Yeah.
Bruh, at 18, 17, y'all just better be glad he wasn't beating everybody up in the locker room.
you know?
So, I got to give that guy credit. But like he said, he can't be bitter. He hasn't said anything for 20 years until now.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's going about his life.
Yeah, Kwame, come on the show, man.
We'd love to have you.
Love to have you. We won't even talk about that. Let's just talk about you, buddy.
Yeah.
We won't even bring none of that up. Let's just talk about you, man. Just come on the show. Show us the property. I know you keep talking about this tractor. Let's get into some light stuff, man. Come on the show. 4Gs wants you, all right?
That's it.
All right, Doc. Hey, Doc, I meant to tell you. Your theme song?
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
I got a sneak peek. Oh my God!
Can I get a sample of sneak peek?
Oh yeah, we go. After this, we'll make sure we send you the sample so you can get in the mood. All right. But this is the last time I'm doing this, so I'm gonna get tired after this. Now it's time for Doc's trivia corner.
All right, now another question that the king can't answer. All right. So you know the rules, right? I'm gonna ask a question. You two gentlemen cannot answer because it's gonna go in the live premiere. We want you all to watch, answer, go in the live chat, give us the answer. You get the right answer, you get some swag. All right. So for today's trivia question, what is the diameter in inches of a basketball? Is it A, 12 inches, B, 20 inches, C, 18 inches, or D, 15 inches?
Almost said something, but it's a family though.
Yeah, don't. Oh God, don't. This is it's a family show, man. Good Lord, man. Let's move on from that. Answer us in the chat. Bring you some gear. Good grief. Can't do nothing with these guys.
I'm sorry, I can. Okay, all right. Now wait a minute. I know this is your trivia corner. Okay.
Oh man, I'm here all week.
I'm done. I can't do it. Was there anything else? Was that it?
That's it. That's the trivia.
All right. Yeah. What?
Come on, man.
What's up?
Ain't that fight tonight?
What fight?
When's Floyd fight? Ain't that today?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. Mm-hmm. How do you fight on a Sunday?
Exhibition, man.
Okay. Enough said. I just want to know how much they paying this cat for this fight.
A lot, bro.
Okay, then let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And it's not even a like on the record fight. So like,
if he loses for whatever reason,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like his record stays intact. Well, professionally, his record stays intact.
Yes, sir. In the back. Yes, we see your hand.
Ocho Cinco is on the card too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is. Now I want to see that fight.
He didn't watch the Nate Robinson tape. He was some nightmare. Come on.
Is Nate okay? Is Nate okay? I haven't seen him since.
We ain't seen him. Nate working at Lowe's.
You say he work at Lowe's?
Oh, dang. Dang.
Alright, that's it. Let's get off of Nate Robinson. Nate. Yo, bro, come on the show. Wait a minute. Is that somebody knocking at a ding? I hear him at a ding dong. Somebody at our door?
What's that?
There it is. Hey, look who it is! Now,
how y'all doing?
we're good. Before you get started, I had did a video before this, to promote it, and I had said GM. Now that I see that I'm totally wrong, please introduce yourself and explain your new title, sir.
Hello, everyone. 4G Sports. First of all, I gotta say congratulations to you guys 100%. Like, you guys been kicking it. I've been watching some of the interviews, even with my busy schedule. Doc, all your apologies, but just give me 1 second to get that going. Yeah, I did recently to make a decision to focus on our men's team. The Titans are still part of our umbrella. I don't like to be in control of everything. I like to give other people opportunity to focus on our women's team, which is the Sirens, and then we actually have a women's league that's just picking up. I mean, glory be to God, man. It's picking up so well right now. So I'm the commissioner of the Women's Basketball Association. So there you go, Commissioner Woods, I guess.
Commissioner Woods, that's what we're going to call it from now on.
Hey, I love it, man.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
I gotta say something real quick, and you might be mad at me for saying this, but and maybe I live in Arizona now too, and I respect it, but why do Suns fans think they matter? Like, dude, why do Suns fans? I mean, like, I hate the Lakers. Why do you hate the Lakers?
Okay. I'll tell you what.
So, everything's good with you, sir?
OG, let me get Doc.
Oh, yeah, please. Go ahead. Do what you got to do.
It's been about 5 days. I've been thinking about this for the past, I'm on the East Coast right now, and for the past 5 days, I gotta apologize to Doc. I just last time I talked on this thing, I said, why are the Suns even talking right now? Congratulations. Hope y'all go further, man. 100%, man.
Yeah,
I apologize.
I appreciate that. Hey, let me say something. Like, it's funny because we get our business chats going and we see who guests we have coming up and things like that. I was like, oh, Commissioner Woods, he's the one that asked me why do Suns fans think they matter. Well,
and you see, he wrote that down, and he was waiting for you to come back on the show.
Hey, check it out. I didn't even have to write that down. Yo, I remembered that comment from the last interview. And the minute that buzzer rang, I said, I cannot wait.
Congrats.
Oh, man. I mean, it's like I was telling these guys, before, off the camera, in the beginning, it's a great win, obviously. The Lakers are the defending champs for a reason. They're the real deal, dealing with some injuries. But honestly, as much like gratification as we can take from that first round victory, what's it going to mean if we get ousted by Denver or make it to the Western Conference Finals and get booted? So these guys need to take that momentum and take it all the way through. I think the defense is good enough. I think they play cohesive enough, but it's really going to the big fella came alive in that series, and that's what it's going to take throughout the entirety of this playoffs, because he's going to be going against Jokic, likely Gobert, and if they make it to the finals, he's probably going to see Embiid or those boys from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Like, that's a three-headed monster that nobody wants to deal with. So it's fun. It's been fun. Obviously giving everybody a hard time, but more work to do. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that gesture by you.
sure.
You know what? Let's ask Commissioner Woods before we get into him about everything he's got on. Commissioner, what considers a bust to you? We were talking about the Kwame Brown situation, and what do you consider a bust in any sport? I mean, I think if you're a professional, you're not a bust. But what do you think?
Mm-hmm. So a bust, it has two tiers, right? Kwame wouldn't be in first tier because he didn't get booted out of the season, but he did underperform his expectations and his original contract. So in that situation, yeah, no respect to Kwame. I know he don't know me. I'm not that important, so hopefully he never come at me. But if he does happen to see this, you know, like I said, this bust, like I'll say Greg Oden, right, from Ohio State, right? That's considered a bust, even though he got hurt, but he did not perform even when he wasn't hurt, right away. Kwame is what you call is a tenure bust, which means he had multiple opportunities to be better, but he stayed in garbage minutes, right? It's where you just make sure you get, as companies, they get their money back, right? So his original contract, I think it was his second contract, seen over $30 million, right? So what happens is, and once you get to 5 years, they got to pay you more. So that's how he got up to his overall $65 million. So literally, just because you are wearing a uniform, you are a bust because you're still underperforming, but we have to pay you, and we're not going to sit you on a bench and waste our money. So in all terms, he still is a bust. He just had a long career.
Okay.
It's good to get that perspective. I mean, that's the business side of basketball perspective, you know. For us as fans, it's easy to sit back and just be like, hey, he was a pro for 13 plus years or whatever. Right. Can it be a bust? But, you know, underperforming a contract and things like that. I get that. I've seen Stephen A. Smith and Jalen Rose go at it about some of those types of conversations. And I think it was Stephen A. calling some NBA players a scrub, and Jalen was like, if they made it to the NBA, these scrubs in the NBA might be able to go out to the park and just light it up. Right. I mean, we saw what Jimmer Fredette did in China. That dude down near average 40 points a game. You know?
Right, couldn't do nothing in the league. So let me ask you this before we move on. So would you consider Ben Simmons a bust?
No.
Why?
No, because he has steady numbers. Right, he keeps the heartbeat going, which means he's gonna have a long career going. You get a lot of players who give you good 2 years, and then the last 7 years of their career, they not doing well. You know, if he was expected to be a 3-pointer, he would be a bust. And one other thing about, I'm sorry to go backwards, but with Stephen A. Smith, you know, he's a paid personality. He has to be extra. And Jalen's a former player. But if Jalen was an owner, he would have and that was like, what, 10 years ago? He would have a different perspective if he was an owner, right? Because, you know, you are one of the best. You may have that contract, but let's just say the teams that had to pass up on other people because they still had to pay you your money, right? So they really had to keep you on the roster. Somebody that had potential to grow end up having to go through the G League for a long time or going overseas. Not just him, but it's a lot of players who basically hold up a spot, right? And it kills the development, right? So I'm not going. If I spend money on somebody, I don't care if they want to give me 1 point a game, bro. You gonna play, right? Because I can't get that much. That's guaranteed. I never feel like, you know, you snatch their stuff back, you know. So it's a little different.
Well, I just wanted to get that from a commissioner standpoint, us team owners. So, fellas, let's go ahead. Let's see what the commissioner got. What questions we got for commissioner today?
Oh, I gotta ask how it all kind of came about from you going. You know, like we said, we last saw you. You were the GM. Now you're the commish. How'd that all kind of, you know, take shape for you?
To be transparent, I wanted to create a professional league for women. There's a lot of semi-pro out there, and no disrespect, because we actually our women's team tried to be in a semi-pro, but I wanted the opportunity to do something different where actually, and then I talked to the right people, it was like, well, you have to file for this file, and you have to file this, and it was so easy to do. So I was like, well, let's change perspective. Let's let someone who, even though I got gray hair, who's young, but has former business experience and stuff like that to be able to get this going. So when I reached out, we started, obviously, we had the sirens. So then I start reaching out to teams, Vegas, and I start reaching out to teams that had teams that, hey, women's basketball is underappreciated, and especially the lower level, right? Because there's no G League for women, right? Unless you're overseas in Mexico or something like that. So let's create a G League type of league and hopefully grow that out. Now, I'm gonna lie to you, we are way more advanced than I ever envisioned, but I worked so hard religiously so I can see why we're getting the results that we're doing. But it's needed in the girl, especially on the West Coast. Women definitely need someone to believe in them. And like I said, one of our hotbed in Vegas, our Vegas team has 9 former Division I athletes on it, 2 Division I, Division II, and a few JUCOs. But that's a stacked loaded team. Our LA team they got 4 for Division I. One player played in France. My team, we actually have 4 former Division I players. So we got the star athletes now to keep building. And like I said, we just had a showcase. But I'll let y'all ask one question. I go into more of what we've done so far.
So when you were saying a G League for the women, was that just going to the WNBA and saying, "Hey, how do we become your, like, I guess, farm system, AAA," or you just run it on your own and hopefully they will pick some of your players up?
No, we run it on our own.
Okay.
We own the LLC. Me and Malika, we own the LLC. We create the league. I guess it's saying because we're able to pay, but not to the stream of the NBA. I mean, the WNBA. So therefore, I consider ourselves the G lead of it. Of the WNBA. We're small, but we do it the right way, and it's showing. I actually just talked to the Mercury's head coach the other day. She's asking me some questions just to see, how far this thing could go, and I explained to her. So we're getting notarized. Glory be to God, honestly.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, that sounds like a winner to me already. You looking for any coaches? Because I got 2 of them sitting on my staff that that they could use a job, but we could also use them as to get interviews and see the day to day as a coach. You don't need any coaches on your staff.
We're looking at some things, but we actually getting into another venture that I'm not legally, I can't speak on right now. But I've talked about it in some club chats, clubhouses, and I know 4G mom, she knows about it a little bit, but legally I can't speak on it until we actually finish some things up. But we're gonna need a lot of help with that. So
hey, it's like I said the last time you're on, man. Just give me the app for a color commentator. I'm down with that too.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, you know what? Doc, I thought you was gonna tap in on me, man. You fell off after the show, man. I ain't heard from you. I see you watching the story, but that's it.
I was a little sad by the comment, but now that you've apologized.
Oh, that
He was his Ralph Transvan moment.
Bitter.
He held that one.
I was being all salty, man.
He was being his Ralph Transvan moment. He was Mr. Sensitivity.
You would have did our Titans. You would have did our men's game. We
man.
Coming there or nothing. See, you like be in your feelings. It's business. You can't it's personal business.
Gotta get out my feelings, man.
Hey,
see what happens when you're not used to success. Everything just hits the core. It's all right. Hey, put the cup down. Put the cup down. Thank you. This is the last time we're letting you have a sunset on this show. Goodness. I'm sorry, Commissioner. I'm sorry. We had some house cleaning I had to do. I'm sorry.
So, Commissioner Williams, how many teams are in the actual league itself?
So we have 4 active, and we'll have 8 by the beginning of the next season. And I actually just came to Ohio and signed another team. So we're going to stop at 12 for the second season, and by the 3rd season, we'll stop at 20 in general. I don't want to take it too far. I definitely want it to be like the WNBA and NBA, where you actually specify those markets. So we got 4 active right now.
Okay.
How long and when does the season start?
Oh, so you a little behind. The season started back in April. So yeah, we're almost done actually. July 11th is the championship.
Nice. Where's that gonna be played at?
It's gonna be in Las Vegas. Henderson, Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. Hey,
But
that's
a hop, skip, and jump.
sports mom. Sound like we need another vacation.
No, all jokes aside, man, it would be a nice little situation if y'all could come out, because I definitely could set you up like 100%. Like I definitely could do that. We can talk about it another time. But no,
Oh,
it's a two-day event. 10th and 11th. The semi game is on the 10th. The championship's on the 11th.
all right. Well,
Hey, I like that.
she was getting caught. You shouldn't have said that. Sound like vacation time. Vacation time.
Yeah.
Anything else for the commissioner? Or we gonna go straight to the off topic, because I know King has been waiting for you, commissioner. You know King has been waiting for you. You picked LeBron in the prior show, so I know he's gonna have another off topic for you. But King, go ahead, brother, get him. What's your off topic this week?
Being that you picked LeBron James last time.
Wait. That's not me. I don't like him.
Oh! Okay. Wait. All due respects, that mistake is a sports mom. She just owned it, so she said her bad. So if that's the case, King, the off topic is yours.
Okay, my apologies.
Hold on. Hey, actually, now that that's been said, King, while you think of a different off topic, I got a question for Commish as kind of the commissioner mindset. When AD went out there in Game 6, and from a medical background point of view, I was thinking there's no way, if you have a grade 1 pelvis strain, there's no way you're going to be ready by the very next game. For him to go out there, who is that on? Like, he could have really risked even further injury to that region. And you saw it in that lead from the camera angle when he took off from that left leg. It likely had a little bit more tear going to it. How does that get by a medical staff? How does he end up playing? Does it end up being pressure from the front office, or is it AD just trying to be a warrior, thinking he can get through it? What are your thoughts on that kind of situation?
Doc, that's a really good question, and it's very important to know this information what I'm about to share here. So you have business quota, fan quota, and team quota, right? And when it comes to injury, that is under all that, right? So literally in the business aspect, you still have to give your fans a show, right? You still have to show performance, stuff like that. Team aspect, no one wants it. They rather see you mess it up. Honestly, it's selfish, but teams rather see you mess it up so you could say, at least I tried, right? And then that comes the business part, it comes a part of that, because also you have to try with all your product. The player individually can say no, and the medical examiner can say no, right? What happens is there's a first MRI and there's a legal MRI, right? If there's time in between that time, there's a gray area that the team is not held responsible legally, and the player can be competent enough to say, I still want to try. I say if he set out for 2 weeks and that legal MRI would have came back and the doctor said no, the team could be in trouble for making him go, right? So you have that gray area where he was able to be at his own response on that, right? So he had to go because the team, no matter what, and much people love like LeBron and all that stuff, there's pressure with playing with him. And in order for people to be okay with LeBron's failure, everybody around him has to try. Even if that means tearing up this man's going forever, right? That's the unfortunate part of the game. I'm telling you, when you get real dollars involved, there's so many different avenues that make you have to do something you don't want to do.
So would that kind of explain the same situation I noticed a couple of years back with Kevin Durant on when he came back and he blew out his Achilles? Is that kind of the same situation, or is that just I didn't want to get eliminated. I wanted to help my team win.
Well, it was two different injuries. So it was a high ankle sprain. So that's different. He was cleared for his ankle. So with the Achilles, that's separate. So that was kind of a freak accident. Yeah, that's a little bit different.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. All right, King. Right, go. And you had time to think on your topic. You commissioner, you in trouble.
I did. Okay.
He's stretching.
So the league has changed a lot. NBA has changed a lot. Tell me how you feel about all of these super teams that are formed. And is that the way the league is going right now?
So I would go separate here. I tell you all the time when you talk about business and players, the NBA is really just behind and they're trying to catch up financially. Right? The super team is kind of dead. So do like the duos and stuff like that. But the reason why people do that because everyone's trying to cash out on money real quick, fast and hurry, right? So it's more of a money move versus actually, and you can get your ring. A successful team brings a lot of fans, brings you a lot of more money. You get, they don't even worry about the super matches. You get stuff off. Like, I'll take the Heat, for example, right? I just actually had a conversation with somebody a month ago. The Heat, when LeBron went to the Heat organization made almost $300 million in one season. Bruh. It's money in super teams, right? So in the business aspect, the players see that, like, yo, I'm gonna get this endorsement deal. I mean, if you go to the streets of Miami, so many local people working with, it was a local pop machine, a local anything, giving them endorsement deals to those 4 players down there. Haslam was getting money. Why do you think Miami is still able to play Haslam $40 million just to sit, or $2.5 million just to sit the bench and do nothing? That's money left over from that super team, right? So, to get back to your original question, I think super teams are negative, but they're good at the same time. They're good because they keep people interested in actually watching the game, because no one cares about the longevity of a long season where you just got one superstar, he's battling all this other people, right? Even if you look at the TV, it don't matter if Brooklyn is playing in Utah somewhere, or let's say Cleveland, right? I'm in Ohio right now. So they don't care if Brooklyn's in Cleveland. It's the fact that wherever they go, it's like a show, it's like a train, right? I just think the negative part of it, for me, honestly, just to make a long story short, the negative part of it is that there will be no longevity when it comes to history of anyone being part of a team. And that's going to, I think Dame is actually going to make that too, unfortunately. And that's going to be sad. Like, there's no loyalty to a team. It's going to be loyalty to a player.
Yeah, I think if I was going to bring up Dame in your conversations because, somebody like Giannis, it seems to be the anti-big market, anti-super team type player. And then Dame has always kind of set that trend. I mean, Dame had consistently gone on record saying he never is leaving Portland. Now he had some cryptic Instagram posts getting eliminated, but he also did say that he wants to see Jason Kidd as the head coach there now. So maybe they appease him and keep him around with that. Who knows? I mean, that remains to be seen.
I'll piggyback on that real quick. So even with that, like, loyalty, unfortunately, like in our personal life, loyalty will always matter. Right, it will always matter. But when it comes to these teams that you play for, it's what have you done for me lately? Think about it. Everybody's, even though Dame has great numbers, but he's always going to be known as a loser. He's not going to be able to. I love Dame personally. I love his game, but that's just me talking. But 5 years from now, if he decides to stay for Portland and never win anything, our grandkids, they're going to know no Dame Lillard, right? But they're going to know LeBron, they're going to know Steph Curry, they're going to know these people. Even Draymond. Look, Draymond sucked this year, but he's a legend because he's been part of this great run, right? So the thing is, loyalty is going to hurt you in the long run. Morally, it's good for you, but business is a bad decision because you have to jump ship. Because business-wise, you will be passed over. You won't get an analyst job. You won't get none of these things a lot of great players could be having right now. Like a nigga Charles Barkley, his era is over. Where you did good, you know, never win anything. Like, he might be one of the last people who never win a championship. Obviously, Michael Jordan got in the way of one of them. But in that situation with him, his era, he's the only one that's going to be on TV that long forever without a ring. It's going to be people like LeBron. It's going to be people like Steph. Those are people going to get those jobs. People want to see them all the time. Right? It's just unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
And can I piggyback off of that? And from a team's point of view, if you have a Damian Leonard like that, or, you know, let's just stay with Damian, and as an owner, you see, okay, he just can't get us over the hump by himself, and I can't get anyone here. At that point, do you kind of say, I know it's business, but from a business standpoint, what's the best package I can get for this player so he can go try to pursue that? Get a ring, or you just, since he's a great player, I'm going to keep him on team as long as I can and don't worry about him or his ring aspirations?
You definitely want to get rid of him because of the excuse. You won't be have any more excuses, right? So if you keep him on a team and he doesn't win, you won't have any excuses of why you're not winning, but you will have excuse if you get rid of him. But yo, we starting over. You gotta give us a couple more years. So it'd be better if to dump his contracts. Honestly.
Okay.
So can I get a 4G Sports prediction here today? Then I'm gonna go off the cuff with this. Who thinks Dame? Do you think Dame is in Portland next year or not?
No.
Come in.
I can't. I wanted to answer it quickly, but I'll say it better. I'll say it better when I got time to think of it. Dames have to be there next year, or Portland is financially going to hurt badly. So he needs to finish out his contract, and then they could dump him.
How long has he got?
They got like 2 more years on that contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be a little more actually. So they need to get at least 30 to 40% of that contract completed, or you have a Paul George situation where you just give up everything for Paul, like what Clippers did for Paul George.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, King? What do you predict?
I'm gonna say, I think he'll stay.
Me too. I think he's gonna stay in Portland. But you know, I don't know the financial ramifications.
I think the three people I think should move in the next couple of years is Bill, Lillard, and CJ McCollum. Because Bill deserves to be on the team that's gonna give him a shot to do something. And CJ and Damian deserves the same thing. I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone trying to go to Portland to help them win in Portland. And I just think for them to really get what they deserve as far as appreciation from the league, they got to move. Both of them. I mean, if I'm Portland, you get rid of both of them, you're gonna start. You definitely start from scratch.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get at that point.
But you're gonna get a lot in return to rebuild with.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna
get a lot in return. So
I have one more question, Kamish. If you were the commissioner of the NBA and you get to pick 2 cities for a team to go to, which 2 cities would you pick?
You talking expansion?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Singapore or just new cities in general?
In general,
just any city that don't have a team right now.
Well, you got to go back to Seattle, and I'm not just thinking I have to explain that too. You got to go back to Seattle because the Storm is doing well, and you got to just give them that 1-2 punch. The other city I think they should be in is probably an unpopular opinion. That is Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, that's actually a good thought. Yeah, I like that thought.
Okay.
No teams in the middle of America. None.
Yeah. I mean, Jayhawks are the only ticket in town there, really.
Right.
In Wichita.
Yeah.
Or near there, right? Kansas is right near there, right?
Well, Wichita State does well.
Yeah.
College. But yeah, there's no team, and those are a lot of ABA areas, St. Louis, all that stuff, like a lot of former original ABA areas that are striving or trying. Because if you look at the new TBL, which is the new minor league, they're picking up a lot of the cities, a lot of old ABA cities like Oklahoma. They got some teams in the middle of America. Got a team in Indiana's doing well as well. But I think we need a team in the middle of America where people will actually drive their pickup trucks or whatever and drive 2 or 3 hours and go be happy. You won't believe how well that team would do financially if we just take the chance and build a team in the middle of America. We don't have one. That's crazy. There's literally none. There's literally like coastline all around. Yeah. So I think somewhere in Kansas will be fine.
Okay. He picked 2 good cities. I like that.
He did.
All right. Is that it? Any other questions?
Man, I'm ready to get going. Oh, man.
Well, see, we got to save some stuff for next month for your championship games and all that stuff. So we don't want to burn you out now. Because, see, when we talk to you again, we get a sneak peek on some of the teams that you're adding. Stuff like that. See what I mean? See, we got questions. We just don't want to bring you out all at one time.
It's all good. One other thing, I think Giannis made a bad decision by staying and signing that contract too. He should have left too. And man, I'm not a super team guy, but it's literally survive or die. And he's going to die in Milwaukee. Not literally, but his career-wise, he's going to die in Milwaukee because no one's coming there.
Every superstar that has been in Milwaukee has left.
Yeah. That's just, I feel bad for the small market teams. Because when we talk about these teams, these players leaving, they're not leaving for another small market team, right? They're leaving for the Miamis, the LAs, the New Yorks, Chicagos, these big markets, and it's unfortunate. I would imagine that has another financial impact on the league when these smaller market teams don't have the star players, and especially when the ones that they drafted become stars, and then they're on the move as soon as their time's up.
Is that the player's fault or the team's fault for not building around them?
I mean, it depends on how you look at that. I wouldn't say that the Bucks didn't try to build around them. I mean, they have all stars on that team with them.
They tried.
Right, they try. I mean, when you're a star, it's up to you to finish it off. Obviously, but
yeah, but I don't see anyone just like going. I don't see anyone saying, "Ooh, I cannot wait to get to the Bucks." And no disrespect for the Utah. I don't see anyone saying, "Oh, I want to get traded to Utah Jazz." I just don't hear it. I mean, unfortunately, that's what I'm saying. It's a couple of teams that you just don't hear about. Portland. What's the other one? Like Orlando. Yeah, stuff like that. You don't get people to say, "Hey, send me there. That's where I want to go." So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I heard you, King. That didn't slip by. I heard you.
I have one more question. This is for everyone. Being that Coach K is retiring after the next season, who do y'all want to see take over Duke?
Well, we already know who is. They already named it.
Besides him, who would y'all like to see take over Duke?
Hubert
Bobby
Davis.
Hurley.
Somebody black.
Bobby Hurley.
Somebody black. I just want to see a black head. I just want to see a black head coach.
I would think Johnny Dawkins, Tommy Amaker, one of those two.
Yeah.
Commish, what do you think?
It's hard because the games just fall off, and now that they got this high school lead that's going to be paying them now, it really don't matter. They're going to struggle. But if you just want the glory of saying you coached that dude, then I wouldn't mind seeing the guy used to coach the Chicago, Frank Holberg or something like that. How you say his name? He goes to Iowa State for a couple of years. That's his name. I like his name. Like Frank something, but I wouldn't mind see Dawkins get a shot too, honestly. But I just think the college game it's over in my opinion. If I'm being honest with you.
That's too bad too, man. I love college basketball, you know, but things have changed. A lot of, you know, it's all changed.
The one and done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, King. It's about that time, brother.
Okay, Mr. Woods, we want to thank you for coming on the show. I think I missed you the last time I was on the show. I was out.
Doing King shit.
You know, I'm not doing that with you today. Congrats on your new position, sir. Looking forward to coming to the games. I am in Arizona. Me and Doctor in Arizona. We would love to come to watch some of the games locally, and we'll come out there and support most definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And as usual, thank you all for subscribing to supporting 4G Sports, including our guests that are always on and really supporting us. Of course, the 4G Sports podcast brought to you by My Cosey Creations, Ms. Daphne Cosey, and the litany of supporters that OG went through before we started. You know, Gorillaz clothing line and everything like that. So thank you all for supporting. As I always say, you know what it is. Hit that bell.
That's right. And also, check out the exclusive we have with soccer player Alexa Whitney. All right? That'll be on July. Woo! He told me about July, and I'm ready to get there. We're talking June 14th, all right? So check it out, fellas. We ran over today. Commissioner took all the time, so we're going to give him a shout-out. And we're going to get on out of here, all right?
Yes,
so, Commissioner, what's your shout-out, sir?
Shout out, first and foremost, shout out to my business partner, Malika Murphy. Without her, any of this is not even possible. I do, believe in the vision and actually trying to institute. Shout out to all the women of the Women's Basketball Association. Shout out to my personal own team, Scottsdale Sirens. Shout out to 4G Sports for constantly supporting not only me, the platform. You had one of my assistant coaches on recently. I'm always paying attention. I think Mom Sports, she gave me actually a shout out to her for giving me the thing called Clubhouse ID. I appreciate that because I ain't messing with it. I ain't messing with it for too long, but yeah. It's appreciate the opportunity. If anyone has the opportunity to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, Instagram WBA_assoc, or you can just go to Women's Basketball Association on Facebook, womensbasketballassociation.com. Definitely appreciate the opportunity to support us. If you're in Arizona, you want to support us, you go to ScottsdaleSirens.com, or you can go to Scottsdale_Sirens at Instagram. We're definitely trying to build our situation, and I'm excited for the future it holds. And I've just been grinding and expanding with the glory support like this. So definitely support you guys.
But Commissioner, thank you. We thank you, and like you said, we'll get back to you. We discuss a whole lot more, and might get one of these two gentlemen on this side a job commentating the coaching. How about that?
Man, I know this is live, man, but I'm telling you right now, bro, you've been in straight. Business and personal, bro.
I had to get out my feelings, man. I'm gonna hit your line.
Right there. We didn't even leave. We had all 10 of our games home. You could have came right there and sat there and did
man.
See? Being Ralph Tresvant, Mr. Sensitivity.
Mr. Sensitivity, man.
All right, well, as always, Commish, thank you very much. And 4Gs, we out, brothers.